Whether it be dancers or footballers, elite athletes alike work tirelessly to improve and perfect their fancy footwork, and one dancer here at the Birmingham Royal Ballet is no exception. Kit Holder has been part of the prestigious dance company for over 15 years and is a lifelong Aston Villa fan. We're here at the Hippodrome Theatre ahead of his performance in the Nutcracker tonight to meet with him.
It's in my blood. My dad's a lifelong Villa fan.
Okay.
Brummie through and through. And I grew up in Solihull, so everyone around me, they were all Villa fans. But I was also born in '82, when
A great year.
Villa was the best team in Europe. So I grew up and I would go to games with my dad when I was a child, and then I went away to study, and when I came back to Birmingham we picked up where we were before. I try and go as often as I can. Like I said, we're touring a lot of the time, and we're usually performing on Saturdays if we're in the middle of a tour. So occasionally I can get to midweek games, sometimes the Sunday games. It's one of the first things I did. I studied in London for 7 years. When I came back to work in Birmingham, immediately it was right at the top of the list. Let's get to some games. I remember some miserable cold evenings at the back of the Doug Ellis on, kind of Wednesday nights in winter. But out of just obligation, I've got to get to games. I've got to make up for the time that I missed while I was away. Yeah.
And do you have a favourite player of all time? Is it from those days when you were younger?
Well, it's got to be Paul McGrath, absolutely. But there were so many great players throughout the years, really. But when I was growing up, it was people like Dean Saunders, Hugo Ekiyo. Juan Pablo Angel, actually, slightly later, but huge favourite. I mean, for all the fans, huge favourite. I actually saw him play. My wife's from Canada. We were in Vancouver a few years ago, and Vancouver Whitecaps were playing LA Galaxy. Angel was playing at Galaxy.
Oh, wow.
So we went, and I put on my Villa shirt to go to the game, and I ran into the Vancouver Villa Supporters Club,
Incredible.
which was great bunch of guys, completely unexpected. Nice afternoon we had with them, and at that point I thought, if I ever had to leave Birmingham, I could come here.
That's where you're going.
Carry
it's
it
a
on.
small world.
Yeah, those guys meet for all the games, and yeah.
Incredible. There's a huge fan base all around the world. It's amazing, isn't it? And they're quite diverse hobbies, ballet and football.
Sure.
Did you play a lot of football when you were younger?
Yeah, I did. Well, I think as all kids do, but I was not very good. Not very good. I was marginally better at ballet, so that's what stuck.
And even though they are totally different art forms, that same principle of the training and the dedication and the discipline goes into both, doesn't it?
Well, if it's any physical discipline, it's hard work. It's hard work to get to the top and to have a career in anything, whether it's sports or athletics, dance. And we find that there's a lot of crossover. There are a lot of similarities in the approach and in the philosophy. And there's a lot of things. There's vastly more money in sport. So a lot of the received wisdom that we get in terms of sports science, which we're calling dance science, but you find the same training philosophies, the same nutrition philosophies, recovery philosophies. All of the advances that happen in sport will very, very soon be found in dance as well.